Right now I'm in this situation in my life that I just need to look for a new job. I'm not the only one that is looking for that, and maybe you are also looking for that. So how do you even find a job when you're an artist, a 3D artist or something like that? And let me tell you, I have these super useful resources, websites, and many other tips that I've been acquiring through all these years of finding job and applying to different job careers, and that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Let's jump into it. Tip number one is use one website that you know that has jobs for you. You're not gonna be going to these websites that they are looking for doctors for a kitchen. You need to look for that type of website that you probably know it has job for you. And for that, I just want to take the big option that it's going to be, in this case, LinkedIn. And I'm going to do the filter to be all around the world. You can apply this to be just in your local area. For example, if you're living in Spain, just Spain or Paul, and you know what is the deal. Just pick your target. And right now, how it's the situation, I would say that picking all over the world is not that bad since COVID just made us work remotely. So you can find really interesting options here. And personally, I've been picking this option all around the world because it's the one that helps me to not just land a job, but to open wide my eyes and to see what's the market requiring, what's going on the technologies, what's the next thing that I probably need to learn. And that's a good start. For example, this place is looking for a character artist, and then this is the first big step. You see this? That skills and experience you like to see. This is like the checklist. The more you check on this, it's the higher possibility you're gonna be having to land this job. But also, really, really important is that never give up on saying maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I fit in, maybe I don't fit in, because you never know if you're gonna nail it or you're not gonna hit the nail at all. You have 100% guarantee no answer before you apply. And if you apply, now you have a 50-50. They can reply you with, thank you for applying, unfortunately, this and that. Or, thank you for applying, we are interested in moving forward, and schedule a call. Then go for the call. Okay, so that's the first big tip on this. Always apply and make it worldwide. Now, the second one, how to manage all of this information. When it comes that you're applying to these jobs, you want to keep all these jobs, applications in some sort of control or under some sort of data management table. And I have two recommendations. You can use Notion or you can use a basic Google spreadsheet. You can download this on the info box, but this is really important. So the first thing that you want to have in here is data, because most of the times you're not going to have a good sense of notion when you apply to this job and when you just leave a huge gap. Probably you're going to be applying if you like the position or the studio later in the future, but it's going to give you a good sense of how many times you apply to this studio, because later on you can be a well-fitted candidate for this position, and at this moment you probably are not the best candidate, but that doesn't mind. So you can have a track yourself if you are really interested, you have a passion for the company, and then you can see a pattern in your application and see, okay, I like to apply to this type of company because it's stylish, it's realistic. I don't know. Well, and the second line, it has to be the company name once again, so you can have a sense of where you're applying or what's going on with your life or which is your preference, which one is the type of clients you have a tendency to go for. And later you have a status. Status is also really important. So this is mainly because some of these companies, they are so big that they're just going to be saying, because we have a lot of emails, then we're not going to be able to reply you. And if we don't reply to you, that means that thank you, no thank you, next one. And you are just going to be hanging there like, maybe yes, maybe no, but it's been 1 year. Come on, we'll know that that's a no. But maybe some other times they're just landing in a bad timing, that they have holidays or something is going on in between. The second line, it's website. It's important so you can know from where you're getting these jobs. You're going to a specific website and which website is going to give you the best results. For example, LinkedIn in my case, not just because it's everything inside LinkedIn and you make a nice profile. It's mostly about that most of these companies, they just post their job application in LinkedIn and they're going to be redirecting you to their website. In my case, and this week I just experienced the worst redirection, that they were redirecting me to their job application on some third-party website, and then after I apply on that website, we have two redirections. They redirect me to the last one inside their website of the company. Too much redirection, and it's time lost that no one is going to give you back. So now that you have your call on appointment, probably they're going to be asking you a lot of subs, which most of them you need to know a little bit of yourself. It's mostly about know yourself and present yourself. But one of the questions that probably you're not going to be able to reply to them at that moment and they're going to cut you off guard is how much you want to get paid. And that's really tricky to reply at the moment. And you have two ways of replying to this. One of these might be, I like to leave this option open for the time being. I think it's too rush to take a decision. And the second one is you go here on Glassdoor, you go on top on salaries, and then look for your role that you're applying and the city you're applying. Go on here, and here it is. How much does a 3D artist in Texas makes per year? Per year. That's another really important thing to have in mind, because some of them are going to be asking you, what's your desired salary? Well, it can be monthly, per hour, or yearly. And these three ones, they're going to break your head in a lot of ways. So the next one is called salary calculator. I'm going to link everything on the comments, don't worry about it. And let's say we are going to be willing to take this. And we can input that here in the salary calculator. This is going to be year. Let's just round up these numbers on 58,000 per year. Calculate. And here, this is going to be doing all the work for you. You don't need to worry about anything. Hours per week. Also, you can be discussing if it's going to be full-time, part-time. And here is where you can see how much you're going to get paid per hour, daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and so on and so on. So it's really important for you to know per hour, especially if you're going to be a freelance artist, so you can charge your clients based on the amount of hours that you're going to be working on the project. Or if you're going to be employed by someone, think about how many hours you're going to be investing in that job. So if it's going to be 40 hours, 8 hours per week, 5 times a day, that's 40. Think about if those 40 hours that you're going to be losing of your life for an estimated amount of time, they're worth it really that much. And this is a little bit controversial because it might be depending on the place that you are living right now. So some salaries are going to be lower, others going to be higher, but everything is adjusted to what you are expecting, what you deserve, and so on. Now, when you're applying, you need to have also in mind two extra factors. One is your CV, another one is going to be your cover letter. These two are going to be playing a major role into your successful job application. Why? Because they're going to be asking, please give us a work sample, or give us also your CV or some resume. That is going to be also attached a little bit with a cover letter. And I'm not a huge expert on this field, but I'm doing my research on how to tailor the perfect, or not the perfect, but at least the standard version of both of these. So whenever I do have information on that, be sure that I'm going to be sharing over here. So that's why I recommend you to go and subscribe right now. So that's it. Now you have all my tips and tricks that I have for this time of the video. And yes, I think it's super useful for me to share with all of you how do I do my things. So in case that I'm doing something wrong, feel free to comment down below what should I do better, or if this was all useful for you. And without further more, I just invite you to subscribe and support the channel with the links down below. Thank you, and see you on the next one.